Marhaba. Something mystic comes to me every time I smoke a good Montecristo. It's one brand that I would surrender to its spiritual effect on me. If I was Habanos, Qasim, I would attribute the Behikes to Montecristo and not to Cohiba. You know Behike, the spiritual healer of the tribe? You got my point?
Got your point, all right. Thanks God you are not Habanos, Eddie. You have messed up enough already. Step aside and let me make a proper introduction so to move on to smoking the fabulous Montecristo Supremos limited edition 2019.
Okay, Hajj. But bear in mind, you have bored us with your Montecristo story so many times before, so please keep it brief.
Leave it to me. This is my specialty. In July 1935, a certain Alonso Menendez purchased the Particulares factory, creator of the Particulares and the Byron brands. Shortly after its possession, Alonso crafted the Montecristo. Montecristo, the name and the brand, were inspired by Le Comte de Montecristo, the very popular reed among the torsadores. Its logo, consisting of a triangle of 6 swords surrounding a fleur-de-lis, was designed by John Hunter Morris, a British cigar distributor, and the logo was a hit. With the growing success, the Montecristo purchased the H. Upmann factory, created by Hermann Dietrich Upmann in 1844 from J. Frankau in 1937, and relocated Montecristo production there. In 1963, these firms merged to become Hunters and Frankau, which today is the sole importer and distributor of all Cuban cigars in the UK.
I'm puzzled. You are getting faster and faster, and that's a blessing. A few years from now, you'll be miming the introduction, Qasim. Before you move to briefing us on the lineage of the Montecristo, I would like to highlight that the classic lineage, Montecristo number 1 to Montecristo number 5, is my absolute favorite. The Montecristo number 1, Lonsdale, the Montecristo number 2, the Pyramid, and the Lone Wolf, Corona Montecristo number 3, 4, and 5. And if I was to weep and moan and shed some tears,
You should.
I will mention the Montecristo number 6, the Seon 33 times 126 millimeter, equal to the Cohiba Exquisitos discontinued in 1998.
Right.
And the Montecristo number 7, a Panatella Larga 28 times 175 millimeter.
And this equal to what in your dictionary, Mr. Davidov?
Well, actually, Qasim, this time it is Mr. Dunhill. And allow me to enlighten you. This extremely rare and collectible Vitola was, until recently, a very popular one. And I will name them all. Atados, 1982, from Dunhill, discontinued in 1991. Elegantes, pre-1960, from El Rey del Mundo, discontinued in 2002. Medaille d'Or, number 3, pre-1960, from La Gloria Cubana, discontinued 2010. Stenderellas, pre-1960, from Rafael Gonzalez, discontinued in 2006. Shakespeare's, pre-1960, from Romeo y Julieta, discontinued in 1980s. Panatella Largas, pre-1960, from Sancho Panza, discontinued in 1970s. I am done, Hajj. Enrich us.
You chose the best. What comes after are all subordinates in the classic meaning. The Linea, 1935, Leyenda, Maltese, and Dumas. The Maduro, number 1, number 2, and number 3. The Open, Eagle, Master, Regatta, Junior. Edmundo, Edmundo, Petit Edmundo, and Double Edmundo. Anniversario, 80 and 85. Especial, 1 and 2. But today's cigar is from a different league. It is the Montecristo Supremos, the Montesco. It's a 55 by 130, the fabulous edition from 2019. May, and let me anticipate here, believe this is the jewel of the 2019 limited edition.
True. Very good. but let me interrupt you and move on to cutting and lighting.
Okay.
The wrapper is rough, oily, elastically spongy, randomly yet beautifully stitched. The usual Cuban neat 3 caps. The wrapper on the nose was matured leather with fainted licorice, fruit on the nose, melted butter with a dash of sweet pepper. On the cold row, easy draw, open, signaling medium body, salty butter with sweet pepper. On the first row, brioche, dried resin, and gingerbread with shadows of black spices.
First third, rich smoke, perfect burn line. For me, high combustion, completely different ash for Eli, mine whitish, Eli grayish, knowing that both are from the same box. And remark here, Eli and I, we never buy less than 3 boxes. To be precise, we always buy odd number boxes, for we split the last one for imminent consumption and we leave the balance for resting. Second third, something like don't know what, like the F word, is it?
Using the F word now, Ya Qasim. Anyway, we'll do one of few retrohales, actually my last. Mild spices, earthy notes of wet wood, rich smoke with traces of young tobacco. Last third, but according to Qasim, I'm way behind. Ask Qasim why. Sweet leather, the salt notes are disappearing, spices are fading, most of its complexity is crashing, little of the wonderful notes, if none. Burn issues continues with me in a previous cigar. Qasim's smoke, burn, line, ash are holding well.
Eli, when the camera is off, you express your enjoyment of the smoothness of this stick. When rolling the camera, you change tone and sounded sarcastic.
Did I?
Sure.
Anyway, what is said between us stays between us, Qasim. I would have appreciated some discretion.
Look who's talking. Let's go to verdict.
Let's go to verdict.
It is a confusing table this time, thanks to Eli, as always. He messed up somehow, and we had to redo the whole second stick. His first smoke was a very inconsistent cigar, knowing they are all from the same box, mine and his, which is, according to me and to experts, is due to poor stocking and poor preservation.
Objection. I am sure, Qasim, someone tampered with my humidors. I am suspecting smoking espionage.
Ya Latif. Enough BS, Eli, and allow me to summarize the table of grade. Mine were fair and square. 90 is exactly what is this Montecristo. I will come back to it soon and frequently. Eli?
As you know, Qasim, my first stick wasn't in conformity with the box. It scored a suspicious 76. The case, I'm telling you, is under investigation. I had to call for a rematch. This is when the Montecristo 2019 limited edition scored a well-deserved 88, giving the stick a final grade of 89 on Los Osos scale. My humble opinion, Qasim, the cigar is not mature and needs years of resting. Its complexity isn't a sure thing, and I will surely wait until 2022, and this is before I make up my mind.
2022 only, Eli? Give it more few years until maybe you will get to really understand cigars. Enough said here, Eli. Let us wrap it here. And until the next episode of Los Osos Tranquilos, stay tuned and follow us.